Welcome back. Right now our site has exactly one deliberate color choice. This brown we put on the heading and everything else is just default. Well, we also did the Arial font family. So today we're gonna change that. We're adding a real color palette, real fonts, and a CSS feature that's going to make managing this easy, which is custom properties. So right now, every time we want to use a color, we have been just typing the hex code. Custom properties give us the ability to define the color and give it a name and then use that name. So let's start doing that. So let's go type this root. Root is a special selector. It targets the very top of the document, effectively the whole page. So maybe this should be on the very top, like this. And then our well-known curly brackets. So then the first custom BG for background, and then what color I want for the background. And I already have this planned. Is it like this? I don't know. Yeah. And then text color. And then accents. And this is very normal way to do this. You define so here's our custom defined color palette. So again, this root, it's a conventional place to declare custom properties, and each line that starts with 2 dashes is a custom property declaration. This is a name we made up, BG text accent. So then we can use this here in our CSS instead of directly typing this. We're gonna do this right now. And why this color palette? Well, I chose it. I just picked some colors from this image in this case. Of course, you choose whatever colors you want for your website, right? So let's start here in the body. We already have this font family. Let's now assign a background color, and to use one of the ones we created, we have to use this bar and then any of the ones we created, right? So the background color, that's why we created this BG. So now our background has this warmer tone, and the text, I guess it's just to specify the text color, the key value pair, the key is color, not text color. I do not know why. Lucky we named this color text, so we know it's for the text. So now all our text is brown, not just the H1s. So this bar and parentheses background pulls whatever we set up over here, here and here. So let's now change this again, H1. Let's do the H1s and the H2s. And I don't know if we need to, because we already set all the texts. If we need to change them later. And then let's choose the text. So here in the nav, we already have a this comes back to this default, the anchor tags, right? Color, and then bar, and then text. And then we did this border. And then let's do this one. Let's do the sage over here. Where was that in the menu? Yeah, now we have this little green border. This was this color. Yeah, it was brown. So then, how do... I guess it's shift... we also have this. So here, let's do the sage. And then here, let's do accent. These are barely visible, right? A little thicker. Nah, 1 pixel. It's without a space. If we add a space, it does not work. Okay, so now let's change topic a bit, and now let's talk about the fonts. We have Arial right now and Helvetica, but what if we want to download some custom fonts? So let's do that as an example. Let's go to Google Fonts. For example, Google Fonts, and then let's download a couple of them. Let's download one font called Inter that looks like this. Click here, get font, and like a little shopping cart, it shows one. Now let's add another. Let's add Frances. And this one has a serif. So let's get font. Now we have two on our little shopping cart. Let's click here, get embedded code, and scroll down a bit. And here we have for web a link, href. There's also the import. So we need this import. This between what's in the styles, we only need the part between the style, because we are going to use it directly on the CSS file. So control copy, then here on my style CSS, and this has to be on the very top of the page. Let's use it. So on the body, which is the sans serif, let's do the inter one. So we inter and there. Did it change a bit? I don't know. You tell me. And now, where are we gonna use the flounces? Well, let's do the H1s and H2s. Let's do font family. And let's do flounces. And in case something breaks and it cannot get from Google Fonts these flounces, I don't know how it is pronounced. And then let's just use the custom serif one. Okay, so now we have the font with serif flounces on the headers. See, they have this little serif on top of each character, and normal or without a serif, a sans serif on the rest of the text. So this is our home. This the text without serif and the serif. So do you like it? Okay. So a couple of small things to change now that we're at it. So let's go to our menu. Our menu page. And let's look at where our prices are at in the TD with a price. So let's change something about how we represent this, just to play with this. So let's make our table data row where the price is at have a special class to identify them named price. Right? So we have a special way to customize only the cell where the price is at. Let me select, it's already selected, control copy, and then I'm gonna, yes, some copy pasting, I know. There. Did we have them all in the espresso, the pour over, the croissant, and the cinnamon roll? All of them now have the class named price. Okay, now over here on our style, let's, right below where we do the TH and the TDs, let's do a dot price. And again, the dot is because we are accessing something by its class name. Now let's do a color and var for variable, and let's do the gold. Well, it's hardly readable, right? We'll change it a bit. Let's change the font weight. It was not auto because I was missing font weight, and let's see how about the 600. Well, the yellow against this background doesn't work very well. So let's change this variable name to Sage. No, that's worse. I think, yeah, I think this one. So they stand out more, right? What do you like best? All right. Contact. Now we have this little generic send button. So now we only have one button on the whole web page, so we might as well refer to it as button. Let's change the background color and let's use variable, and then the background, let's do accent, color variable, background, font family. Which one should we use here? The Inter, comma, Arial, in case it does not find it. And then in case it does not find that, let's do the sans serif. Font weight of 600. Let's do a border of none. Let's do padding on top 10 pixels, top and bottom, 20 pixels left and right. And border radius to round the corners a bit, 3 pixels. There it is. Do you like how the button ended up? So what happens if this nav ace, how about if we just make all the a's have this, or different? How if we and let's maybe just so we don't have that awful blue. And let's change this find us, because this is not really a find us. So where is it? In the contact. Learn more about coffee. Find us. More. I don't know. Just for now. Learn more about coffee. Google coffee. Like this? I don't know. So here we go. That's custom properties, a real color palette pulled from our own branding, and the proper font pairing instead of the browser's default. So the site starts looking a bit custom, a bit different. So in the next video, we're gonna get into Flexbox. So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.